Hey guys, thank you for tuning back to my channel, Amy's Vinyl Experience. Today I am going to be sharing with you my 20 most played records in my collection. So some of these are my favorite records, but some of these records I've been on a binge with the past year. I thought it would be a great video to share with you who I am. What kind of music listener am I? So let me share a little story with you real quick. I am a huge progressive girl. I love prog music. I love a great story. I love a good concept. I love incredible songwriting. I love an album that just can completely blow me away and just make me dream and imagine a story in my imagination. I love using my imagination with music. This is why I love prog music. So you're gonna see a lot of prog in my collection here and a lot of mix of other stuff like oldies and some just incredible artists. I can't wait to share my top 20 with you of the year. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first record I'm going to share with you is the Alan Parsons Project, Eye in the Sky. I love this record so much. It is one of my favorite records of all time. It is so cosmic in my opinion. I love how the serious intro bleeds into Eye in the Sky. It is just so magical. I love Gemini, Silence and I, Children of the Moon, Psychobabble, Mama Gama. I want to break this record down for you in the near future. I believe this is a concept album. Some will say it is, some will say it's not, but when I break this down to you, you're going to quickly realize, wow, maybe Amy was right. Hopefully, maybe, I don't know. But I love this story. I love it so much. It is so cosmic. The next record I have for you is Black Sabbath. Now, I would normally be pulling Black Sabbath Master of Reality, but ever since Rhino came out with their Half Speed, I have been hooked. I have been diving into these lyrics and I have been hooked. I just never realized how incredible of a story this is. Again, in my opinion, I think this is a concept album. I could easily tell you what this whole album is about in one sitting, but I'm not going to do that today. But we have some great tracks on here like Black Sabbath, The Wizard, Wasp, Behind the Wall of Sleep, basically NIB. Really, this record is just so dark, you know, Satan kind of following you, telling you you're the chosen one, and him proclaiming himself as love and darkness entering in your sleep. Like, I just have this whole idea of what this record is about. I'm gonna break it down for you in the future. I am so excited to do that. That is just part of my passion. The next record I have for you here is Selling England by the Pound. I love this record so much from Genesis. I am a huge Peter Gabriel fan. I love the progressive side of Genesis. This is why I love Peter Gabriel. I love his work. I love his songwriting. In my opinion, I think this is one of his best work. I love how this album is composed. I love the way Peter Gabriel sings. I love hearing his vocals, just how he can transition into so many different parts. I love it so much. I mean, Peter Gabriel, he's a man of all characters. He really is. But even though this is such a very light and smooth record, you can still hear small characters of Peter Gabriel in this record. It's not as hard as Foxtrot, you know, but you could definitely hear his transitions in here. And I just think it's an absolute beautiful record. The next record I have for you is The Moody Blues, Days of Future Past. This is one of my favorite records of all time. I love it so much. It is just about life and death, entering consciousness, trying to figure out who you are. I love it so much. It is so magical. I love like the narrator part in here, and I love how it just paints and creates this beautiful photo. I just love to lay on the couch and just, you know, allow this album to just paint in my imagination, and I just dream to it. The Moody Blues does a wonderful job just painting this beautiful photo, this beautiful movie for you. And it's very special. This record is very special to me. I love it so much. The next record I have for you is Genesis, A Trick of the Tail. Yes, I said I'm a huge Peter Gabriel fan, but Phil Collins really delivered in this record. This really showed what Phil Collins could be. I mean, I wish Phil Collins pushed more prog, more progressive, but this story is so incredible. So incredible. I almost pulled Wind and Wuthering, but I can't get over A Trick of the Tail. I can't get over how incredible this story is. I'm going to break down this story for you in the future. I have a list of concept albums that I want to break down with you. That's just my absolute complete passion, and you're going to find a lot of that on my future uploads. So yes, A Trick of the Tail, so magical. I can't wait to get into the story. The next record I have for you was an absolute lifesaver for me. This record has got me through so many hardships. Yes, it is Animals from Pink Floyd. Now, is it my favorite Pink Floyd record? Pretty close, but it probably isn't my number one, but it has helped me get through a lot of challenges at work, and it just, whew, I remember driving, for a solid month, just blasting this in my car on my way to work. I love Animals so much. I'm gonna break this story to you. I'm gonna give you my interpretation of what I think this story is, and I can't wait to do that for you. The next record I have for you is Alice in Chains, MTV Unplugged. I absolutely love this record. I love this performance of Lane Staley. I think it's just absolutely beautiful. I know he wasn't fully there during his show, but he really delivered an incredible show. This is very dear and near and precious to me. I love this record so much. The next record I have for you is so near and dear to my heart. ELO El Dorado. This record has taken me through time. This record has been such a healing record for me. I went through some really dark and sadness, and this record really pulled me through it. This record is very inspirational. I actually stumble when I talk because it's just so precious to me. It really is. I will break down the lyrics of this record with you in the near future. This record is so special. It is my number one record. It's not my Island record, because my Island record you will see in my next coming records, but this is right behind my Island record. This record is just so near, dear, and special to me. The next record I have for you is Chicago. I love this record so much. It is everything jazz and progressive at the same time. I just love listening to this. There are so many great songs on here, from Moving In, The Road, Poem for the People, In the Country, Wake Up Sunshine, Fancy Colors. It just goes on and on and on and on. I love this listen so much. I get so much joy listening to this record. The next record that I have for you is Tears for Fears the Hurting. Now, this is a real interesting record because this is a really painful record. Not many people understand how painful this record is. This record is about child abandonment. I could be driving in a car with a girlfriend and she will be like, oh my gosh, I love this song, not realizing that it's a very painful song. And I just love how this record was composed. It is just beautifully written, beautifully composed. It's such a special record. I love listening to this record. The next record that I have for you is Depeche Mode, Memento Mori. I am a huge Depeche Mode fan. I love Depeche Mode, and I think this is such a comeback for Depeche Mode. I mean, their last couple records weren't that great, but when this came out, I think it was last year, I was just blown away. I mean, this is a solid record. You have My Cosmic Is Mine, Wagging Tongue, Ghosts Again, Don't Say You Love Me, My Favorite Stranger, Caroline's Monkey, Always You, Speak to Me. So many great tracks on this album. If you have not listened to this record, give it a shot. It is so incredible. The next record that I have for you is Metallica, Ride the Lightning. I am a huge metal girl. I love everything Metallica, everything. I absolutely am very fond of this record. I love it so much. I love how hard it is. You know, a lot of people put Master of Puppets beside Ride the Lightning, but I'm a Ride the Lightning girl. I just love, you know, Fight Fire with Fire, Ride the Lightning, For Whom the Bell Tolls. That is my favorite song of all. I love how hard it is. Fade to Black, Trapped Under Ice, Escape, just such an incredible record. I actually keep the CD in my car. I listen to this quite often. I enjoy riding and listening to Ride the Lightning. It's one of my favorite Metallica records. The next record that I have for you, I'm gonna share with you here, Steely Dan, Gaucho. I love this record so much. It is such a smooth, sexy jazz album. I love it so much. From Babylon Sisters, just such a sexy song. Hey 19, like wow, I love that one so much. You know, a young girl with an older man, like he's so into her, but they have nothing in common. They have nothing in common. It's just such a sexy album. And then you have the risky song, Gaucho. This record is just such a pleasure to listen to. I mean, all the Steely Dans. I'm a huge Steely Dan fan, and I absolutely love Gaucho. The next record I want to talk to you about is Carole King, Tapestry. I love this record so much. If there's any album that really makes me feel feminine and really makes me feel like a woman, it is Carole King, Tapestry. This album just really delivers for me. It makes me feel so wonderful. I love listening to Carole King sing, and she's an absolute amazing songwriter as well. I love this record so much. All right, let's talk about Al Green. Yes, I only own Al Green, The Greatest Hits. I would like to own some of his studio albums. I love this album so much. It is just so smooth and so sexy. I love it so much. It gives me such great vibes. If you have a girl, you know, go into your home and you don't know what to spin some Al Green, because let me tell you, what a sexy album. I love it so much. It just gives you the greatest vibes. All right, talking about Island Records. Now, this one is really precious to me. It is Sing and Dance with Frank Sinatra. Now, these are alternate takes and sessions. So it is Frank Sinatra in the studio. I love listening to him talk. I love listening to how much of a perfectionist he is. It's very repetitive songs and takes, but I love it so much. If I was stuck on an island, I would want to hear like there's somebody with me. I love Frank Sinatra. This record is just absolute joy. It gives me so much joy and makes me smile so much. So yes, this is my Island record. Another record that I have here that was introduced to me from a really close friend. It is, I'm always afraid to say her name because she's such a lovely, beautiful woman. Katia Buniatishvili. I hope I said that correctly. But she is such a goddess on the piano. This is just an album that I've really been hooked on the past year, just listening to her play piano. And she's just an absolute goddess, and she is just so sexy on that piano. She really, really is. And I'm just so lucky that I found this on Music on Vinyl, because it is such a great press. If you love piano or anything orchestra, you have to give this a listen, because she is an absolute beauty. All right, we are going to talk about Aaron Neville, Warm Your Heart. Such a precious album to me. I love waking up in the morning and brewing a nice warm coffee and listening to this record. It is just so beautiful. Aaron Neville's vocals are just absolutely gorgeous. I love the vibrations that come out of his vocals. You have Louisiana, 1927, Everybody Plays the Fool, It Feels Like Rain. My absolute favorite track is That's the Way She Loves. I love this one so, so much. I really, really love this record. The next record that I have for you is the Beach Boys, Pet Sounds. Now, in my opinion, I think Brian Wilson is one of the most incredible composers of all time. He composed this whole record even during like the struggles in his life. I'm not going to go into the struggles of his life, because you know, everybody might have their own opinions on what, you know, they truly think what happens. I don't really like to get too deep into you know, artists' personal lives, because you're never really sure. But you know, he's had some struggles and he created a masterpiece. I just love this record so much. You have songs such as Sloop John B, Wouldn't It Be Nice, God Only Knows. Let's see what else. That's Not Me, Don't Talk. Just incredible tracks on here. I love this record so much. This is my go-to Beach Boys album. Now, the next two records I've been on a binge on since they have came out, because you have so many incredible, incredible artists on here. So we have a beautiful compilation here of the wonderful sounds of female vocals from Analog Productions. I love this record so much, and I have been listening to this a lot this year. I really bought this because of Patsy Cline. I really wanted to hear her in like the most analog that I can hear. And that song is Crazy, Patsy Cline, Crazy. But you have great tracks on here. You have Cry Me a River from Julie London, Black Coffee from Ella Fitzgerald. You have Dusty Springfield, Son of a Preacher Man. You have Diana Krall, A Case of You. You have, what else do we have here? Judy Collins, Send in Some Clowns. Like, you have a lot of incredible artists on here. So I've also been listening to a lot of the wonderful sounds of male vocals as well, because I just, like I'm saying, these compilations are just incredible. I love them so much, because you know I love all my oldies, and there's a lot going on in here. So we have Dean Martin, I'm Confessing That I Love You. We have some Aaron Neville, It Feels Like Rain. We have the Pure Prairie League. We have Amy. That's a great song. I'm Amy too. We have Willie Nelson, Georgia on My Mind. We have Greg Brown, Brand New 64 Dodge. We just have such great songs on this record. So this is one of my most played records, you know, the past year. So yes, I guess we're at the end. I just wanted to say thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you all so much. If you are new and you really enjoyed this content and you're really looking forward to, you know, listening to me break down some concept albums, and I have a lot of great records. If you really enjoyed this video, please subscribe and like. Let's get this algorithm out into the universe. I would really appreciate it so much. I just want to thank you for staying till the end and watching, and I will get back to you soon with something new. Again, thanks for watching.